Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
The fucking amount of talent that fucking kid. I mean, it's like you're like blown away because you see the. You're like, oh, this guy sucks compared to you seen the real. And it was a thought that went through my mind, like maybe that's like for people born with that much crazy talent. Maybe the cost is you just got to feed them a few boys.
Hey, right now we're at the greatest comedy club in the world, the Comedy Cellar. I got some of my favorite comics coming to meet me. They're bringing their most divisive jokes, and we're going to try to find some funny in it. I'm Andrew Schulz, and this is Inside Jokes.
I was in Mexico with my wife on a little mini moon, and we went to see this Michael Jackson impersonator, right?
Yeah.
He did a show, and he was doing the Michael Jackson moves and everything like that. And he was a Mexican kid, you know, and he had the moves down or whatever.
Yeah.
But then in between the songs, he would go change, and they'd put Michael Jackson on the screen doing the same song. And so I got to, it was like a juxtaposition of this guy, the real thing and that. And I was like, holy fuck, like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
The fucking amount of talent that fucking kid, I mean, it's like you're like blown away because you see the, you're like, oh, this guy sucks compared to you seen the real. And it was a thought that went through my mind, like maybe that's like for people born with that much crazy talent. Maybe the cost is you just got to feed them a few boys.
Right.
It's like he's not human. Like it's like that's the way the universe works.
And I don't.
It's like you feed him a few boys because he's different. Like he doesn't eat chicken and
tokens.
You got him
going. He's got
like
another
the
album.
dark thing. You know what I mean? It's the reality of the planet that we live on is the best things come from the most horrible things. Like you ever tasted veal? Yeah. I mean, you don't want to know the story behind veal or Kobe beef. You don't want to know why it tastes so good.
They
massage it. They feed it a certain thing. They trick it. They want. It's like sausage.
Yeah.
You don't want to know. A Frankfurter, you don't want to know how much cow anus is in there. But it's like, you watch Michael Jackson, it's like, how is that possible? Like, you don't want to know what we got to feed this kid. It's the Kobe beef of entertainment. It's the veal of entertainment.
It's the veal. That's
We
the
can't
one.
air this episode.
No, that is hilarious.
That's really
genius,
good.
We can't do this. This is uncomfortable. Dude, we're talking about people who rape kids. And we're laughing about it.
Yeah, we found
We've
it.
crossed the line. Evil people who are in jail for fucking 40 years are watching this going, we gotta kill those four guys.
It would be way more entertaining if we all sat, talked about it, and cried. Because I think that's what other people wish we were doing.
Yeah, but no, we're not going to do that. Dude, that
I feel
veal
bad.
thing is crazy, man.
I feel bad
because
for Schulz though now, because now we're doing pedophilia. It's like, yeah, what's your offensive thing?
I'm going to let Francis go first.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'll take it.
There's
But
nowhere to go from
But
pedophilia.
that veal thing is funny. Like, I think you should work that in if you do that as a bit. Like, I think you should work in, like, do you ever think, like, a priest is just out to dinner with, like, a regular family, and then, you know, like, the mom orders veal, and she's like, God, this veal is just so delicious. It's so succulent. And the father's just there like, you get it.
Priests are like vampires. They can't even eat steak. They have to go in the back and fuck a kid. Just to satiate their appetite. They're like, ugh, it's disgusting.
It's the Blade serum. That's what you could use for your bit. Remember when Blade wouldn't suck air, but he had like the serum? That's the scratch and post.
Yes.
That's Ariana Grande. She's the Blade serum.
serum.
You know we have all this recorded.
Oh, yeah,
We don't have to write anything down.
It's the same thing with like iPhones and all this stuff. It's like the reason why we can afford iPhones is because there's some like child slave making it.
Right.
And it's like the best thing. If we took into account everyone's rights and everything, an iPhone would cost like $3,000.
Yes.
It costs $200 because there's a slave in a basement making it.
Yeah.
Thanks, kid.
Children
Thanks,
are...
That's the only part I'll cut. That's the only part. Everything else is fine. But that one is like, bro, why you want to drop the mood? Bro? I'm just having fun with pedophilia. You want to talk about these little kids in the basement making real phones. What are you saying, Fred?
Well, what is the sum like statement of this, which would be like children are the batteries that lead to the greatest success or
Child's assholes.
Yeah,
are
like
the
greatest
batteries.
products.
Yeah,
I
We
mean,
are literally. I mean, this is the Illuminati handbook. Like,
Yeah.
that is
Right,
what they think.
right.
This
They
is what
think-
happens when you. This is why you can't have 4 white guys in a room together. It just the
escalates.
evil just starts coming
Wow.
out. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
We're gonna start writing parchments.
Yeah.
in like 8 minutes.
Given this information that we know that like pedophile leads to greatness, right? Like
that
do
we
you-
know.
like we know that for a fact, right?
Given this truth.
I love
Do
you just called
do
them
you think
batteries.
that like? But like, think about it. Wait. Like, do you think that?
Double A's.
It's clipping a thing in their asshole in their soft spot, and you light a fucking potato with it.
No. You got to flip them around. You got to plus minus.
Yeah, just plug your dick in and charge up.
Fuck. Think about all the athletes that like almost did it, right? Like James Harden, right? He's almost gotten there. You think there's any part of him who's like, I know how to get across that line.
I mean, he said it last night. Maybe he's like, I should have taken Kris Jenner's offer. Yeah. While it was on the
Well,
table.
yeah, he didn't tell. He didn't. It, like he was like, I know, and he didn't tell it. Maybe he's finally like somebody told him it's boys,
Dude,
and now he's like, I got to
Fucking
heat one.
Thanos when
Yeah.
he throws his kid off the ledge to get the Soul Stone. It's like we know how to get the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
He's got to shave his beard, though, because he's going to have fucking applesauce or other kid garb.
Yeah, it's an evidence. That's like a sponge for evidence.
Yeah, for sure. That is a forensics nightmare.
That's why he has it, because he knows what he needs to do. The beard's the only thing stopping him. If he shaves that beard, it's kid fucking for James, no doubt.
Wow, you heard it here first. If he comes into the 2020
Completely
season bare
shaved.
face,
He's been diddling.
Yeah.
He's been diddling.
And he's moonwalking too, and doing the kick. You're like, this kid's fucking been eating boys.
I love the idea of like the NBA on TNT.
Where did he learn how to flail and fall like that? You ever seen a little boy trying to run away?
he goes to pick up the basketball. He just straight up smooth criminal leans.
We are purging evil today.
It's a hot one. It's a hot one. All right. I think you.
Well, we all got a
something-
hot new 20 on pedophilia. Can't wait to fucking get hooked on Colbert with that one.
Saving comedy right here. Okay, Mike, I think that you got something. I think you got something too.
For sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah. And it's not about your wife.